They'll be calling you a radical. Kevin Blanch, we're at the federal courthouse in San Diego. This big, huge, giant case. The Marines and the Navy personnel in the USS Reagan. I just spoke with the attorneys. They just came out. Libby was in the courtroom. We've had 3 activists here, 4 attorneys, one of the plaintiffs. Libby and her thing were in the courtroom, and I just had the conversation with the attorney. He didn't go on camera, but here's what he said played out inside the courtroom. He said that the opposing attorney said, if this case does not go forward here, Janet, this is the end. This is a heavy burden. This is a massive, we're talking 100,000 personnel in there. She took it under consideration. She's going to rule, but this is a major deal. So they said this will be the end of the road if she rules that this does not go forward. So, and I asked the attorney, do you believe it? Yes. So this is a major decision. She's took it under consideration. She's going to read through the thing. He says they went back and forth in there for what do you figure, about 2.5 hours. Yeah. And so they went back and forth. One of the plaintiffs was in there. So I'm the only media that showed up. That's it. And of course Libby, she's great. Nuclear Hot Seat was in the courtroom. So let's spin our wheel of misfortune, young lady. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Hanford. It doesn't have to be perfect right here for Hanford. Indian Point will be the next lawsuit. Because, and I want to talk about this. We had a 6.0 earthquake at Livermore, right where the nuclear freaking Oppenheimer's, how can I raise my boy, what Oppenheimer's toys, what it's really Teller's toys. And where are you, asshole, phony fraud Sting? You guys make all these lyrics and these pretty quirky ass goofy songs. The land of confusion, all you frauds. Well, what happens when we have an earthquake at San Onofre? What happens when we have an earthquake at Diablo Canyon? Remember this when they had the earthquake in Alaska in the early 60s, late 50s, whenever it was. There were people killed right here in Dana Point sitting in the bar by the tsunami. 40 years of nuclear waste are sitting at Diablo Canyon at San Onofre. Livermore, bringing star power to Earth. You know, this should not even be a civil case. It is what it is. This should be criminal. This would be criminal. By the way, they knew inside the Situation Room. Barry Antoinette gives them his famous "Let them eat yellow cake" speech. They crashed Radneck. Gregory Jacko, the ex-prime minister, says the CIA put him up to. He's, by the way, I wrote the question that's going to be asked today in Australia. That they're going to. She's first up. I wrote the question that's going to ask him, and we'll put that up too. There's some activists. By the way, the opposing attorneys, Homeland Security, everybody all over me today. I mean, what was their comment when they come out here? Tell them what they said. Right here.
Kevin Blanch is here.
They're like, you know, and they're throwing fits about me being here. You know, I have my permit. You know, even security right there. I says, last I checked, I don't know where you grew up. I live in the United States of America. This is my property. I pay taxes. You murdered my father. You want to murder me? You want to talk about blood, sweat, and tears? Your property? Fuck you. This is my property. I'm a taxpayer. My father's a dead Marine. You know, you want to kill these guys? And you know, I love all you guys. We're war supporters. We support the troops in San Diego. We support the troops. No, you don't. We're profiteers. Put another yellow sticker, you fake fucking, you know, false equivalency. It makes me sick. These kids are dying. You're dying. This is murder. This is the nuclear cartel. The Navy knew. TEPCO knew. The Obama administration knew. They all knew. They murdered their own men. You don't care. You don't care. You don't care you murder your own kids. It's an outrage. We get 3 activists show up here. 3? Well, I take it back. 5 activists and 4 attorneys showed up here. You know, and I've spent the last several days with the attorneys. You know, every day. You know, we've done a lot of hard work, but it's heartbreaking that you don't care. Well, that doesn't stop me. The fewer the better. The fewer the better. Stand tuned. Thanks, Tom, for holding the camera.
That was great. That was great.